Abruzzo is a region of Italy, with an area of 10,763 square km and a population of 1.3 million. Its western border lies 80 kilometers east of Rome. The region is divided into the four provinces of L'Aquila, Teramo, Pescara, and Chieti. Abruzzo borders the region of Marche to the north, Lazio to the west and southwest, Molise to the southeast, and the Adriatic Sea to the east. Geographically, Abruzzo is divided into a mountainous area to the west, which includes the Gran Sasso d'Italia, and a coastal area to the east with beaches on the Adriatic Sea. Abruzzo is considered to be part of southern Italy, although geographically it is more central. The Italian Statistical Authority deems it to be part of southern Italy because of Abruzzo's historic association with the Kingdom of the Two Sicilies. Abruzzo is known as the greenest region in Europe, as one-third of its territory, the largest in Europe, is set aside as national parks and protected nature reserves. There are 3 national parks, 1 regional park, and 38 protected nature reserves. These ensure the survival of 75% of Europe's living species, including rare species, such as the small wading dotterel, golden eagle, Abruzzo chamois, Apennine wolf, and Marticane brown bear. Abruzzo is also home to Calderone, Europe's southernmost glacier. Visiting 19th-century Italian diplomat and journalist Primo Levi said that Forte Gentile best describes the beauty of the region and the character of its people. Forte Gentile has since become the motto of the region and its inhabitants. Provinces and politics. Provinces. Abruzzo is divided into 4 administrative provinces. Politics. History. Humans have inhabited Abruzzo since Neolithic times. A skeleton from Lama dei Pellegrini in the province of Chieti has been radiometrically dated to 6540 BP. The name Abruzzo appears to derive from the Latin Attribution, although in Roman times the region was known at various times as Picinum, Sabina a Samnium, Flaminia a Picinum and Campania a Samnium. This region was known as Abruzzo in the Middle Ages, arising from 4 possible sources. It is a corruption of Pretucium, or rather of the name of the people Pretuci, applied to their chief city, Interamnus, the old Teramo. Until 1963 it was part of the Abruzzi region with Molise. The term Abruzzi derives from the time when the region was part of the Kingdom of the Two Sicilies and the territory was administered as Abruzzo Citerior and Abruzzo Ulterior I and II, that being nearer and farther from Naples, the capital of the kingdom. Abruzzo Citerior is present-day Chieti province. Abruzzo Ulterior I comprised the Teramo and Pescara provinces. Abruzzo Ulterior II is now the province of L'Aquila. In this province is found the city of Corfinio, the chief city of the Palina, 7 meters N, of Sulmona in the valley of the Atanus. The site of the original town is occupied by the village of Pentama. It probably became subject to Rome in the 4th century BC, though it does not appear in Roman history before the Social War, in which it was at first adopted by the Allies as the capital and seat of government. It appears also as a fortress of importance in the Civil War, though it resisted Caesar's attack for a week. These people were honored by Caesar as citizens of Rome. It is said that the name Italia came from this region because of ancient coins that have been found here that date from about the 1st century BC. These coins have the name Italia on them and are apparently proof of this fact. This theory of the origin of the name Italia is debated by scholars, archaeologists and history itself. There is much consensus, however, that the name Italia was originally given to the region of modern Calabria by the ancient Greeks during their foundation of Magna Graecia in southern Italy around the 8th century BC. It is also said by the Italian government that Calabria was once called Italia by the ancient Greeks in honor of its inhabitants who were known as the Itali. This occurred hundreds of years before the coins of Corfinio were apparently minted. The late archaeologist Massimo Pallottino also claimed that the name was derived from the Italic tribes that settled in modern Calabria, but it was not until the time of the Roman conquest that the term was expanded to cover the entire peninsula. Geography. Geographically, Abruzzo is located in central Italy, stretching from the heart of the Apennines to the Adriatic Sea, and includes mainly mountainous and wild land. The mountainous inland is occupied by a vast plateau including Gran Sasso, at 2,912 meters, the highest peak of the Apennines, and Mount Magella 2,793 meters. The Adriatic coastline is characterized by long sandy beaches to the north and pebbly beaches to the south. Abruzzo is well known for its landscapes and natural beauties, parks and nature reserves. Characteristic hillside areas rich in vineyards and olive groves, and one of the highest densities of blue flag beaches. Climate. The Abruzzo region has two types of climate that are strongly influenced by the Apennine Mountains, dividing the climate of the coastal and sub-Apennine hills from the interior's high mountain ranges. Coastal areas have a Mediterranean climate with hot dry summers and mild winters, and rainy hills with a sublittoral climate where temperatures progressively decrease with increasing altitude and precipitation with altitude. Precipitation is also strongly affected by the presence of the Apennines. Mountain ridges of the region increases with the proportion being more abundant in the field and on the slopes exposed to the west, instead of decreasing towards the east and east-facing slopes. Often the Adriatic coast is sidelined rainfall from the west to the barrier effect of the Apennines undergoing the action of gentle winds descending from it. The minimum annual rainfall, however, are found in some inland valleys, sheltered from much disturbance to the blocking action of mountain ridges, such as the Pelagna Valley, or the valley of the river Torino, which in some places showed barely 500 millimeters, and not along the coast where it never falls below 600 millimeters, for if Teramo is relatively little watered by rain, the meter is exceeded in Chieti, reaching maximum levels in the Adriatic, while between Ortona and Vasto in Costa dei Trabocchi decrease again. The highest rainfall occurs in upland areas on the border with Lazio. They are especially vulnerable to Atlantic disturbances. Around 1,500 to 2,000 millimeters of precipitation is typical. Flora and fauna. As with many Mediterranean regions, Abruzzo's vegetation is characterized by the presence of different Mediterranean ecosystems. The coast and the surrounding areas are characterized by the presence of typical plants of Mediterranean shrubland, such as myrtle, heather and mastic, while in the hilly areas other species grow, including olive, pine, willow, oak, poplar, alder, arbutus, broom, acacia, capers, rosemary, hawthorn, licorice and almond trees, interspersed with oak trees. At elevations between 600 and 1,000 meters there is submontane vegetation, mainly characterized by mixed forests of oak and turkey oak, maple and hornbeam. Shrubs include dog rose and red juniper. Elevations between 1,000 and 1,900 meters are dominated by beech trees. In the Apennine Mountains at elevations above 2,000 meters, species include alpine orchid, mountain juniper, silver fir, black cranberry and the Abruzzo edelweiss. The fauna of Abruzzo is highly varied, including the region's symbol, the Abruzzo chamois, which has recovered after risking extinction. Another animal typical of this region is the Marsican brown bear, along with Italian wolf, deer, lynx, roedeer, snow vole, fox, porcupine, wildcat, wild boar, badger, otter and viper. The natural parks of the region include the Abruzzo National Park, the Gran Sasso and Monte della Laga National Park, the Maiella National Park and the Sirentivellino Regional Park, as well as numerous other natural reserves and protected areas. Economy. Until a few decades ago, Abruzzo was a region of poverty in southern Italy. Over the past decades, however, it has developed to such an extent that it has escaped from the spiral of underdevelopment to become the first region of the Italian Mezzogiorno. This confirms its pivotal role in the national economic system. Since the 1950s, Abruzzo has had steady economic growth. In 1951, Abruzzo per capita income or GDP was 53% of that of northern Italy, the nation's richest region. By 1971, Abruzzo was at 65% and, by 1994, per capita income was at 76% of northern Italy's per capita income, giving Abruzzo the highest per capita GDP of southern Italy and surpassing the growth of every other region of Italy. The construction of superhighways from Rome to Teramo and Rome to Pescara opened Abruzzo to easy access. State and private investment in the region increased, and Abruzzo attained higher per capita education levels and greater productivity growth than the rest of the South. As of 2003, Abruzzo's per capita GDP was €19,506 or 84% of the national average of €23,181 and well outpacing that of the South. The region's average GDP per capita was approximately €20,100. The 2009 L'Aquila earthquake led to a sharp economic slowdown. However, according to statistics at the end of 2010, it seems that the economy of Abruzzo is recovering, despite the negative data regarding employment. In fact, at the end of 2010, Abruzzo's growth was 1.47%. which placed it fourth among the Italian regions with the highest annual growth rates after Lazio, Lombardy and Calabria. In 2011, Abruzzo's economic growth was plus 2.3%, the highest percentage among the regions of southern Italy. The region is also the richest region of southern Italy, with a GDP per capita higher than any other region of southern Italy. Abruzzo's industrial sector expanded rapidly, especially in mechanical engineering, transportation equipment and telecommunications. The structure of production in the region reflects the transformation of the economy from agriculture to industry and services. Although industry has developed strongly, it retains weak points due to the existence of only a few large businesses alongside a huge fabric of small and medium-sized businesses. Both pure and applied research are carried out in the region, where there are major institutes and factories involved in research in the fields of pharmaceutics, biomedicine, electronics, aerospace and nuclear physics. The industrial infrastructure is spread throughout the region in industrial zones which have already been mentioned, the most important of which are Val Pescara, Val Sangro, Val Trignor, Val Vibrator and Conca del Fucino. A further activity worthy of note is seaside and mountain tourism, which is of considerable importance to the economy of the region. Agriculture, involving small holdings, has succeeded in modernizing and offering high-quality products. The mostly small, agricultural holdings produce wine, cereals, sugar beet, potatoes, olives, vegetables, fruit and dairy products. Traditional products are saffron and licorice. Most famous in the world is Abruzzo's wine Montepulciano d'Abruzzo. In the late 20th and early 21st century, Montepulciano d'Abruzzo earned a reputation as being one of the most widely exported top-class wine in Italy. In the past decade, tourism has increased, in particular concerning internal and European arrivals. Abruzzo is world famous for his wildlife parks and regional park in 38 protected areas between oasis, regional reserves and state reserves, and also in the inland mountainous region has several ski resorts equipped. Also coastal tourism and resorts is very developed. In particular be mentioned the Trabocchi coast, a very picturesque stretch of coastline known for the ancient fishing machines can still be seen by tourists. Abruzzo's wealth of castles and medieval towns, especially around the town of L'Aquila, has earned it in some quarters the nickname of Abruzzo, by analogy with the Chianti. nickname sometimes used to refer to the Chianti area of Tuscany, but Abruzzo is still off the beaten path for most visitors to Italy. Demographics. Although the population density of Abruzzo has increased over the last decades, it is still well below the Italian national average. In 2008, 123.4 inhabitants per square kilometre, compared to 198.8. At the province level, the density is varied. As of 2008, Pescara is the most densely populated with 260.1 inhabitants per square kilometre, whereas L'Aquila is the least densely populated with 61.3 inhabitants per square kilometre, although it has the largest area. After decades of emigration from the region, the main feature of the 1980s is the immigration from Third World countries. The population increases due to the positive net migration, as since 1991 more deaths than births were registered in Abruzzo. In 2008, the Italian National Institute of Statistics ISTAT estimated that 59,749 foreign-born immigrants live in Abruzzo, equal to 4.5% of the total regional population. The most serious demographic imbalance is between the mountainous areas of the interior and the coastal strip. The largest province, L'Aquila, is situated entirely in the interior and has the lowest population density. The movement of the population of Abruzzo from the mountains to the sea has led to the almost complete urbanization of the entire coastal strip, especially in the province of Teramo and Chieti. The effects on the interior have been impoverishment and a demographic aging, reflected by an activity rate in the province of L'Aquila, which is the lowest of the provinces in Abruzzo, accompanied by geological degradation as a result of the absence of conservation measures. In the coastal strip, on the other hand, there is such a jumble of accommodation and activities that the environment has been changed with negative effects. The policy of providing incentives for development has resulted in the setting up of industrial zones, some of which have made genuine progress, while others have run into trouble after initial success. The zones of Sulmona and Guardiagrella have turned out to be more or less failures. Outside these zones, the main activities are agriculture and tourism. Main settlements. L'Aquila is both the capital city of the Abruzzo region and of the province of L'Aquila and second largest city. L'Aquila was hit by an earthquake on 6 April 2009 which destroyed much of the city centre. The other provincial capitals are Pescara, which is Abruzzo's largest city and major port, Teramo and Chieti. Other large municipalities in Abruzzo include Avezzano, an industrial and high-technology centre, Vasto, Lanciano, and Sulmona, of three important industrial and touristic centres.